These are 10 of the best B plot lines in The Simpsons. Homer pulls a telemarketing scam on the town. Lisa's date with Destiny starts with Homer shopping at the Quickie Mart, and after that he saw the police arresting a man and dumping all of his stuff in the dumpster.
Hey, what's this thing?
Huh? Ah, that's an auto dialer.
Chief Wiggum explained that the man was using it to pull a telemarketing scam, but instead he's gonna rot in prison for the next 20 years.
Telemarketing, eh?
Didn't you just hear that the punishment for that is 20 years in prison? Homer brought it home with him and he showed it to Marge.
Is that legal? I don't want you getting arrested, Homer.
Are any of Homer's side hustles legal? Homer shows Marge how the machine works.
This baby has every phone number in town programmed into it. It automatically calls them.
And this is legal how? And the message firstly asks if they want to be happy, and then it tells the person that they have the power to be so right now.
So use it and send $1 to Happy Dude.
Are people really that dumb and or desperate?
I'd be happier with the dollar.
Well, of course you would, Mr. Stingy Man. Homer says that all they need to do now is sit by the mailbox and watch the money roll in. Marge points out that he's gonna annoy thousands of people for a few measly dollars, and
It's nothing but panhandling.
Telepanhandling.
you have to give it to Homer. When he puts his mind to something, he doesn't quit. After a few hours, Homer got his first $2 in the mail.
It's working.
I don't feel any happier. How about you? A little.
Now that's just sad. Next, Professor Frink got a call and he recognized the machine it came from.
My very first patent. Would you listen to the gibberish they've got you saying?
Oh, Homer's gonna be surprised.
Well, let's get you home to Frinky. Hope your wheels still work.
It has wheels? But Homer won't let his prized possession escape so easily.
Oh, no you don't.
I guess there's no escaping for that auto dialer. Homer continues harassing everybody with his machine. It woke Ned and Maude up in the middle of the night, and Maude said,
It's been calling all night. Just unplug the phone.
but Ned didn't unplug it and it kept ringing.
I told you to unplug the phone.
But it could be my mother.
And again.
If you don't unplug that phone right now, you're sleeping on the lawn.
Will you two shut up?
You're one to talk. Later that night, the cops broke into the Simpsons' house and started shooting.
Aha! I had a feeling we'd find you here. Chief, no!
Damn, I thought he shot a person.
Hey, who shot the auto dialer? Marge's auto dialer.
See you in court, Simpson.
Well, it was about time they connected the dots. Chief Wiggum told Homer to bring the auto dialer to court with him, otherwise they have no case.
And you'll go scot-free, you know.
Well, what's the point if you tell them that? And now we can see where their kids get their rebellious spirits from. Marge puts Maggie into daycare, where she leads a baby revolution. A streetcar named Marge starts with Marge getting a role in a play called A Streetcar Named Desire. And since she doesn't have anyone to look after Maggie, she brings her with her to rehearsals.
You take Blanche and you fling her roughly to the bed. Roger, Dodger.
Ned showing passion? Never heard of it.
Aw, isn't that cute? Me without a camera.
Oh, that's sweet. And kind of dangerous. How did they not crush her? The director gives Marge a card and tells her his sister runs a daycare center.
I guess a few weeks wouldn't hurt her.
I think it could be quite good. You know, there's a thing called secondary socialization. Marge takes Maggie to the daycare center, and she tells a woman there that Maggie likes a bottle of warm milk before nap time.
Do you know what a baby's saying when she reaches for a bottle?
Baba milk?
I am a leech.
That sounds awfully harsh.
Well, I wouldn't say harsh. I'd say a different parenting style. The woman says she doesn't like to toot her own horn, but...
We're the only daycare center in town that's not currently under investigation by the state.
But you are kind of tooting your own horn. Marge leaves Maggie at the daycare, and as soon as she left the room, the woman took Maggie's pacifier.
I'm sorry, Maggie, we don't allow these here.
What's with people and taking other babies' pacifiers? But you know Maggie and her pacifier, they just can't be kept apart. Maggie tried to replace it with other objects, but none hit the same. Poor baby. But during nap time, Maggie got up and woke up other babies to help her retrieve the pacifiers. They built a mountain of objects, and Maggie climbed up to try and reach the pacifiers, but she couldn't get them out. She started sucking on her pacifier, and the toys collapsed underneath her. The daycare teacher heard this and went to check on the kids.
Don't like to nap, eh? We have a place for babies like you. The box!
She's a political prisoner, isn't she? But Maggie won't give up easily. When the daycare teacher left her office, they got ready. Maggie managed to get into the vents and crawl into the teacher's office. She tied herself to the Krusty the Clown doll and jumped so she could get the keys to the locker where the pacifiers were being locked away.
Hey, kids, I'm flame retardant.
But then the teacher came back, and other babies signaled for Maggie to retreat. Maggie dropped the bottles, weighing her down, and got the keys without the teacher noticing.
If I break, buy a new one.
Maggie got the keys and went to the locker to break free all the pacifiers. Maggie, female Robin Hood. That night, Homer went to pick Maggie up to go see Marge in the play, and when he got inside,
Maggie, time to go to the...
that is a scary scene if I've ever seen one. They look like zombies. Homer walked through the room looking for Maggie, and when he got her, he just quietly backed away.
Babies.
Yes, God's most disturbing creatures. But from one baby to another, Homer really has a big heart. Homer buys a small lobster in hopes of fattening it up and eating it later, but he gets too attached. Lisa gets an A, opens with the family going to the store, and Homer sees a man selling lobsters, and he asks, how much does one cost?
$8 a pound times, say, 5 pounds is, let's see. How many pounds in a gallon?
What do you need a gallon for? Homer realizes he can't afford it, but then
I buy an $8 lobster, fatten it into an $80 lobster, and eat the profit.
some would say he's a financial genius, some being himself. Lisa says that lobsters need salt water, but Homer said he's way ahead of her.
Add the fish.
And I'm still fine-tuning. Perfect.
Half dead fish and a lobster, perfect. The next morning, Marge saw that Homer made breakfast, and she was pleasantly surprised.
Nothing's too good for my one and only. Eat, you're nothing but skin and bones.
I don't know what she should be more mad about. A few days later, Homer went to weigh the lobster.
Together we weigh 300 pounds. According to my driver's license, I weigh 140 pounds.
When did he get that license? And how did he think that lobster weighs 160 pounds? Homer really took taking care of the lobster seriously, and since it grew big, Homer got him a kiddie pool.
You're going to be a free-range lobster.
Homer dumped it in the pool and gave it some sausages, but the lobster pulled at them, and Homer fell into the pool.
Why, you little... Oh, look at him cower. Just like the boy.
But you will choose not to strangle the lobster, while your own son gets the strangling of a lifetime.
I can't stay mad at such a helpless little mammal.
And again, you will stay mad at your own son, your flesh and blood. Okay. A few days later, it was time to cook Pinchy and dump him in the boiling water.
He's gonna boil up nicely.
Well, I guess this is it, old pal. This is your big day.
And finally, one less mouth to feed in the house. Marge tells Homer that the water is boiling and he can chuck him in, but Homer started hesitating.
But Marge, look at the little guy.
It looks like an ordinary... Ow, son of a...
Oh, he's going into that pot if Marge has anything to say about it. At dinner, Homer brought a big pot to the table.
Steamed Maine cabbages.
Pardon me for asking, but where the hell's my stupid lobster?
Ain't that the main question? Homer says that they won't be eating Pinchy.
He's part of the family now. Pinchy, I made you some risotto.
The family gets cabbages, but Pinchy gets a risotto? How's that fair?
It's your problem, Veggie. You don't even eat lobster.
No, but I enjoy the smell.
You wouldn't want to smell a nice, meaty lobster? The next day, Homer and Marge took Pinchy to the beach.
Hey, you don't have to take that from no punk-ass crab.
Pinchy seems like a sissy.
Someone's been coddling him.
Don't look at me. I wanted to eat him.
It's usually the mother.
In this case, the mother is the big fat blob over there. The captain says he runs a small academy for lobsters just like Pinchy. They stress tough love and daily chores.
We're not sending the lobster away to some snobby boarding school.
Gee, imagine spending even more money on it. That night, Marge asked who left the mud all over the floor, and Homer said that Pinchy got dirty in the yard while chasing birds.
I put him in a nice hot bath.
Hey, what smells so good?
Dare I say, Pinchy?
Pinchy? Pinchy? Oh, Pinchy!
Too slow, Homer. Too slow. That night, Homer had some really delicious dinner.
Oh, man, that's good.
I bet it is. You fattened it up.
Are you gonna eat that all by yourself?
Pinchy would have wanted it this way.
I think what he wanted is to be free.
Oh, God, that's tasty. I wish Pinchy were here to enjoy this.
To cannibalize himself? I don't think he would have wanted to see that. But I think we've gone too long without seeing one of Bart's pranks. Bart's prank leads to Principal Skinner enforcing school uniforms in Springfield Elementary. Team Homer starts at Springfield Elementary, and Mrs. Crabapple is about to give the kids an assignment when Bart says it's hot in here.
I'd better take off my sweater.
Down with Homer?
Edna tried to stop the kids from looking at it, but it was too late. The kids all like Bart's shirt, and they say it makes a good point. Meanwhile, Superintendent Chalmers is doing a yearly evaluation of the school, and he tells Skinner that for once he's actually impressed and he's going to give the school a perfect 10.
0 first. Now a vertical line to indicate the 1.
But then a stampede of children appears out of nowhere.
Dinner? Why are there children walking on my head?
The answer is quite simple. Bart Simpson. But Skinner knows where this came from. Bart found a magazine called Mad Magazine, and he got the idea from there. Bart asks Skinner how he knows about Mad, and he said that the year was 1968, and one of his mates had a shirt with the Mad slogan.
Up with miniskirts. Well, we all had a good laugh, even though I didn't quite understand it.
You didn't understand it? What does that tell you? A few years later, Skinner had a school assembly where he addressed what happened.
I have decided, starting Monday, all students will be required to wear uniforms.
Good one, Bart. But Skinner didn't only prepare the announcement. He prepared a fashion show.
Martin, who looks even smarter in his vest and short pant combination.
And if you thought that was bad, let's look at the girls' uniform.
She'll have no reason to play the blues in this snappy ensemble, topped off with a saucy French beret.
And all childhood spirit left their bodies. The next Monday, Bart was complaining about the uniforms to Marge. He told her that his slingshot doesn't fit in the pockets, and
these shorts leave nothing to the imagination. These uniforms suck.
Marge was appalled that Bart was using such words, and she asked him where did he learn them.
I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Gee, I wonder where. Marge told Homer to watch his mouth, and he said,
I gotta go, my damn wiener kids are listening.
We are not wieners.
Then what are you dressed like that for?
He's got a point. After a few days of wearing the uniforms, Skinner said they are a godsend, since horseplay has been down 40% and youthful exuberance has been cut in half.
My spirits are at an all-time low.
They've even begun blinking in unison.
Kill all individuality, will ya? Bart noticed that a part of him was missing when Mrs. Krabappel was moving her desk, and Bart said that there was something he used to do.
In this situation, but can't remember.
No, that doesn't sound right. Superintendent Chalmers came to Springfield once again to see how things were going, and he complimented Skinner on the new school uniforms.
These drab student coverings have created the perfect distraction-free environment.
Because God forbid the kids think about something rather than school.
Absolutely nothing has gone wrong. Well, it is starting to rain, but I can hardly be blamed for that, can I?
You shouldn't have asked that question. As the rain started pouring, it changed the color of the students' uniform.
Green, yellow, orange. I remember all of these. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that'll happen when you've been brainwashed.
Something's coming back to me. Down with homework and down with uniforms.
Skinner, you can kiss that perfect grade goodbye. Chalmers asked, why are the uniforms color fast? And Skinner said he doesn't understand, and he got them.
I got them at the same place I buy Mother's dresses, and good Lord, Mother's in the park.
This might have just saved his grade. You might think that Homer and Bart are the craziest citizens of Springfield, but there are some honorable mentions here as well. Homer gets addicted to the new Krusty sandwich, and that's the only thing he can think about. I'm spelling as fast as I can starts with Bart and Homer watching a commercial on TV for the new Krusty Burger.
We start with authentic, letter-graded meat and process the hell out of it.
Okay, at least it's somewhat processed.
I don't mind the taste.
Him saying he doesn't mind the taste makes me think he minds the taste. Homer says he can't wait to pack that new hamburger sandwich into his colon, and Bart tells him to take it easy on the fatty foods.
You're running out of leg veins to transplant into your heart.
Later, Homer was walking past Krusty Burger and a mascot was standing out front, trying to get people to try the new Ribwich.
Try the new Ribwich. It's so good you'll crow.
Homer tells the mascot that he looks like an impartial observer.
But I've been fooled by so many people in costume.
Try not to think about it too hard. The mascot told Homer to try the sauce since he's soaked in it, and that just made me almost want to puke.
I could lick you all day long.
Homer goes inside to buy one Ribwich, and upon taking the first bite, his pupils dilated and he began hallucinating. He kept ordering more and more like a junkie until the cashier asked him if he was all right.
I have eaten the ribs of God.
Since we know it's not that good, I'm betting on some acid. Meanwhile, Lisa won the state finals in the spelling bee, so the family decides to go to the movies to celebrate, and Homer says,
That sounds like a magical family moment. I'm sorry I won't be there.
please tell me it's not because of that sandwich. Lisa is disappointed, and Homer tells her that she's the most important thing in the world to him, but
Only very serious daddy business can tear me from your side. 3 Ribwiches.
or a drug addiction. But the cashier told him that the Ribwich was for a limited time only.
You a monster.
Well, it's not his fault. But then a man came up to him and said that if he wants a Ribwich, they're testing it in other markets, and they have a tour schedule.
I could follow the Ribwich from town to town.
That's what we do. We're rib heads.
More like meth heads or something. Homer said that maybe he should hook up with them, and
After all, how long do any of us have to live?
Well, if you like the ribwich, Not very.
Hey, don't kill the messenger. Lisa went further in her spelling bee competition and she's in the finals again. But Homer says he can't be there because it's the last day of the Ribwitch in San Francisco.
Dad, this is my moment in the sun. How can you miss it to be with a sandwich?
The better question is, how can he not? Homer tells her she doesn't understand, and it's not just a sandwich.
It's about brotherhood. It's about 3 days since I've had one.
It's about addiction.
Getting the shakes, and I'm getting the fries.
Homer, I think you should start with saying, "Hi, I'm Homer, and I'm an addict." The next day, Homer went to get the last Ribwitch ever, and boy, all of them are weirdos.
Hey, man! Can you turn me on?
Hey, don't Borgnine my sandwich.
Krusty himself also came there to give an announcement.
I'd like 3 Ribwitches, a Diet Coke.
Will you get out of my...
I wouldn't write that off on the Ribwitch. Krusty says that there aren't going to be any more Ribwitches because the animal they made them from is extinct.
The pig?
The cow.
You're way off. Think smaller. Think more legs.
How about we stop thinking about that? Krusty said that they went through some magical times together, and it's not important.
Who got rich off of whom or who was exposed to tainted what?
Oh dear God. He said that because they all believed in his dream, he wants them to fight over the last Ribwitch ever made. Homer catches it, and other guys try to get it away from him.
I give you the Lisa to my car.
Is this what I've come to?
Unfortunately, yes.
Fighting over a stupid sandwich on my daughter's big day.
Homer takes the car from the man and goes to see Lisa in her spelling bee contest.
Daddy made it for your dance recital, honey.
Dad, you do care.
Well, it's not a dance recital, but at least he came. But Homer's loyalty has always been with food. Homer gets food poisoning from eating a 10-foot-long sandwich for weeks. Selma's choice starts with Homer wanting to take the kids to Duff Gardens, but Marge informs them that their Aunt Gladys passed away, and they have to go to the funeral.
We understand.
No, he's complaining about something you can't change.
That's a really mature way of thinking for them. But someone's not mature.
But I want to go to Duff Garden.
Oh, Homer, quit pouting.
I'm not pouting. I'm mourning.
Yes, but not Aunt Gladys. The funeral passes, and the next weekend, the kids run into Homer in Marge's room to wake Homer up to go to Duff Gardens.
Oh, great. Dad's dead.
I know he's not, but he sure looks like it. Marge asks Homer if he's been eating some sandwich again. And what sandwich might that be? Well, a few weeks back, Homer went on some team-building trip, and he got a 10-foot sandwich, which they didn't even put a dent in, and he brought it home.
I've been eating that thing for a week. I think the mayonnaise is starting to turn.
You think? A week. He's been eating it for a week. Homer said that he has 2 more feet to eat, and then he can fit it in the fridge.
I found this behind the radiator. I really think you should throw it away.
Suggestion noted.
But did he throw it away? No. Homer said he'd like to be alone with the sandwich.
Are you going to eat it?
Yes.
Disgusting. Marge tells Homer that he looks terrible, but he says he doesn't care, and he's going to Duff Gardens.
Your lips are turning blue. I think you better stay home.
No!
Thankfully, Marge convinced him to stay home, and Selma took the kids to Duff Gardens.
This is all your fault. Oh, how can I stay mad at you?
No, Homer, it's all your fault for eating that sandwich for 3 weeks. Marge put Homer in bed, and after a few hours, she came to check up on him. She asked him if he was feeling any better, and he said no.
What are the odds of getting sick on a Saturday? 1,000 to 1.
Where did he get those numbers? Marge said she rented a couple of movies to cheer him up, one of them being Yentl. Homer asked what the movie was about, and Marge said it's about a bookish young woman's
Efforts to enter rabbinical school.
Sounds great.
You're delirious.
I think it's best he sees a doctor. They watched the movie, and Homer actually really enjoyed it.
You've cooled down.
That's what you think.
Oh, he's better, all right. Marge said she rented another tape in case Homer felt better.
The Erotic Adventures of Hercules.
With Norman Fowler, Zeus.
Woohoo!
Oh, this is gonna be a Saturday to remember.
Hercules, the Cyclops tore off my clothes.
And it sure was. Sometimes the best B-plots are the most unexpected ones. Homer finds a box with his face on it, and he starts thinking someone stole his identity. In Marge We Trust starts with Homer rushing home from church, and he asks Marge if she wants to join him and the kids going to the dump.
Hey, we're gonna get rid of the Christmas tree. It's starting to turn brown.
I really want to know what month was it when he finally decided to get rid of it. He asked Marge again if she wants to join them, and she says,
No, I don't feel like going to a trash pile today.
We'll bring you back something nice.
It's okay, really. I don't think she'd like something taken out of the trash. They get to the dump, and first they were having some trouble taking the Christmas tree out of the car.
Come on, Christmas tree.
That's gonna be a pain to clean. They start looking around the dump trying to find something nice.
Here's a perfectly good basketball half.
I found a Malibu Stacy with no head.
Don't you have plenty of those at home? But then, Bart found something interesting.
Come here, quick.
There is something that you won't believe.
Well, that's odd. I gotta give them that.
Maybe it's a box from the future. It looks Japanese.
Homer gets worried and he asks what's going on.
Why am I on a Japanese box? Oh my God, what is that?
I gotta give it to him. It really is ominous. That night over dinner, Marge was telling the family how she's been volunteering in church, but Homer wasn't listening to her because he's been too worried about the box.
Deep down, it makes you feel. Will you get that crazy box off the dinner table?
Grosser things have been put on that table. Homer says he's obsessed with it, and there are so many unanswered questions.
Where did it come from? What is it a box of? How'd my face get on it?
And how did it come to America if it's only sold in Japan? How about that? Bart said that if they have a picture of him, that means they can see him.
They're probably watching us right now.
That's ridiculous. Nobody is watching us right now.
How sure can you be of that statement? Homer and the kids went to the Japanese restaurant, and they asked the guy working there if he could translate what's on the box.
This is a product called Mr. Sparkle. Very popular dish detergent. Hey, he looks like you.
Good seducing, Sherlock.
He boasts that he will banish dirt to the land of wind and ghosts.
Wow, so he's a superhero. Akira says to Homer that he has very lucky dishes.
This soap is from the sacred forest of Hokkaido, renowned for its countless soap factories.
So it's a prestigious dish soap. Homer goes to the library and he asks for the phone book for Hokkaido, Japan, and he asks the man if he could use their phone.
Is it a local call?
Yeah.
That's the worst lie ever told. Homer starts dialing suspiciously, and someone on the other line, in faraway Japan, answers.
Why am I Mr. Sparkle?
You like Mr. Sparkle?
I am Mr. Sparkle.
Safe to say that both of them aren't very good at English.
You have many questions, Mr. Sparkle. I send you premium answer question 100%.
At least he's good at conflict resolution. A few days later, they got a package from the Mr. Sparkle Company in Japan with a videotape inside.
I see you are interested in distributing Mr. Sparkle in your home prefecture.
So far, so good. It's just a commercial. The commercial was completely in Japanese, but with subtitles. And, well, it's a bit weird, but what more would you expect from a floating head?
They stole my face and used it for their stupid logo.
But there was an explanation at the end.
A joint venture of Matsumura Fishworks and Tamarabuchi.
So, it was all a coincidence. Homer just looks like a fish in a light bulb. Homer said it was a good ride while it lasted.
Come on, kids. Let's go home.
We are home.
That was fast.
I'd never thought I'd see the day when Marge was the crazy one and Homer was the sane one. But that day has come. Marge helps the crazy cat lady by decluttering her house, but then she becomes a hoarder herself. A Midsummer's Nice Dream starts with Homer going on tour with Cheech because the iconic duo Cheech and Chong split up and he jumped in to save the show. Marge stayed at home with the kids and she went to return Homer's overdue movies.
Is it really okay to just drop them into the pit where the Blockbuster used to be?
Santa's little helper started barking and chasing a cat straight into Crazy Cat Lady's house. Marge rang her doorbell and the lady opened up.
I'm Marge Simpson. I think I've given you money a couple of times.
That's a crazy opening line. Marge said she doesn't want the money back and she just wants to get her dog. The lady lets them come inside and they see something very disturbing inside.
Easter grass, Cable Ace Awards? Aquariums full of broken pinball game parts?
A nightmare for any person with OCD.
Hate to say this about the cat lady, but I think she's crazy.
Oh, get over yourself. You've been calling her Crazy Cat Lady for all these years. Marge says that she's a hoarder, and Lisa asks if they can help her.
Like a reality show without the cameras.
You mean just reality?
Yeah, that's what you think. Cut, print, mail to NBC.
Why is he so creepy all the time? Marge got a group of people to help clean the lady's house, and...
Now we've managed to preoccupy the cat lady for the next few hours.
Of course, they sent her to see cats. When the lady came back, she thanked Marge for helping her.
Thank you for clearing the clutter from my house. And by mine.
I never understood that saying until now. Marge told the driver he can drive away with all the stuff, but then she saw something in the trunk. Marge spots a perfectly good hot lather dispenser.
I can't count the number of times Homie's cried in anguish over his lukewarm lather.
I can. 0.
A phone answering machine from the 80s.
Now, Marge, why would you need all that? Marge began taking things out of the truck and, well, it got a bit crazy.
All of J.D. Salinger's books except Catcher in the Rye.
He has other books?
She's crazy, but I'd do her.
It always starts out like that. Later that day, Bart and Lisa were coming back home from school, and when they walked in, they had something disturbing to see.
Who has disturbed my tomb?
You're not dead.
Well, wake me when I am.
Now, how would that work?
Dad is the only one who can help us.
Lisa calls Homer, but he can't answer her because he's rehearsing for the new bit on tour. But since the tour isn't what he hoped for, and he doesn't want to do it anymore, he returns to Springfield to save Marge.
Sweetie, do you know how low prices are insane? Well, sometimes people can be too.
That's a good comparison. Marge doesn't know what Homer's talking about, but he brought the cat lady with him.
You saved me. Now I want to save you.
Now how's she gonna help? I mean, you don't give an alcoholic a taste of beer and think he'll be fine.
What can one person honestly do with filled-in mini-golf score sheets?
And she's back! The crazy cat lady starts rummaging through the garbage that Marge hoarded up, and Marge tries to stop her, but...
Let's just leave the crazy woman alone in our house.
I think that'd be the responsible thing to do. The lady starts screaming, and all the cats in Springfield come running to her.
We'll deal with all that later.
And we never saw how. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment with your favorite B-plot from the show.